This is Goku-san DBZ and welcome back for a special new best to worst list. Now this time I'm going to be counting down one of my personal favorite pop rock bands of all time. And that is the band The Killers. At one time they leaned a little bit more probably softer rock and stuff on their first two albums, and they became more pop rock their third onward. Now, total so far, they have done 5 studio albums thus far. And here is how, for me, opinion, weakest to strongest. So, with that said, coming in at 5th place from the band is their 5th studio album, Wonderful Wonderful, which was released in 2017. Now, even though I think it's by far their weakest album of all of theirs they have done, for the most part, they've always done pretty good overall, I feel. Really strong material for the most part. I have never really had an issue, in my opinion, of the Killers doing really weak music. Can't say that about a lot of pop rock bands out there. The Killers are one of those few exceptions to the rule. They usually always put pretty good quality into their music for the most part. And especially some of their songs off of their last 2 albums, I feel, have very much a 1980s style feel to just the instrumental sound with some of the synthesizer type music. And I really appreciate that. Some of the tracks kind of remind me, more so off their 4th album, remind me a little bit of some Depeche Mode music. But that's number 5. Number 4 is their 4th studio album, and that being Battleborn. No, not has nothing to do with the video game. This was their 4th studio album, as I said, released in 2012. I will say, however, this album produced one of my top 5 favorite songs from the band, easily. And that is the track Runaways. I feel is a specific, really good song off of Battleborn album, and it's definitely a song worth checking out. And if you're not really interested or not too curious in checking out the overall album, I recommend at the very least giving the track Runaways a shot, and you might be surprised at how good the song is, and may check out more of their music. Coming in at 3rd place is their 3rd studio album. That was Day and Age, released in 2008. Another very solid, well done, well executed album. It was actually 3rd and 2nd place were pretty close for me personally. Though Day and Age just barely ended up in 3rd place and not 2nd. That was more so over one specific track is why the other album got 2nd place over this one. Though this is still a really solid album overall in my opinion. And another really good one to check out. Coming in 2nd place is their 1st studio album. That is Hot Fuss. And that was released in 2004. Now keep in mind these are major studio album releases. I'm not including any EPs or anything that may predate their first official studio album. But yeah, Hot Fuzz comes in 2nd place. What is the track that puts this album in 2nd place over the 3rd place album? Even though I think overall, album wise, maybe 3rd place is a bit stronger overall, but because of one or two specific tracks is what put Hot Fuss in 2nd place. And that one specific song is a song that really caught my attention. Was the first debut song really for me to introduce me to the Killers. And that was the song Mr. Brightside, which I'm sure quite a few people out there have heard that track at the very least. Even if you haven't heard too much music from the band The Killers, I do recommend highly checking out Mr. Brightside of their earlier work. With that said, coming in at 1st place is their 2nd studio album, released in 2006, and that is the album Sam's Town. Really good album, and it has my number 1 favorite single or song from the band ever. And that is which also accompanies by a very interesting music video, which was actually filmed in Tokyo, Japan, interestingly enough. And I like the eeriness to the vocal style in this specific song, really stands out to me more than any other song for me personally from The Killers. And that is the song Read My Mind. Is easily my #1 favorite track from the band, hands down. Mr. Brightside is probably in a second place, I would say, of songs from them. But yeah, coming in first place, favorite album from the band out of their 5 studio albums thus far is Sam's Town, and very deserving first place. And in my personal opinion, I would have to rank this band in probably my top 3 favorite pop rock bands of all time, with 2 other probably reasonably well-known bands. Another one is called, not as well-known today, Lifehouse, and the other pop rock band, easily my favorite, that being, of course, Coldplay. Though most people consider just pop or alternative, and I understand why, but I'm looking at the earlier work. But with that said, let me know in the future if you'd like me to ever do a best source list on Coldplay. Now, that would be a band I'd actually be curious in compiling and doing a best to worst list on. But anyways, I'll get ready to cut this video, and I'll see y'all next time. Same YouTube time, same YouTube channel, and I hope you enjoyed the music in the background from Jet Set Radio Future. Sweet Soul Brother. See you next time.